Holiday weekend. Thanks, Vanessa. Well, as we get ready for the holiday weekend, it's important to remember the reason we're celebrating Memorial Day, fallen soldiers who made the ultimate sacrifice. And joining us now, we have Jeremy Butler, who is the CEO of Iraq and Afghanistan Veterans of America, and he's here to discuss a campaign to go silent. Can you explain for us what this campaign is?
Yeah, absolutely. So, a lot of people think of Memorial Day, they think of the start of summer, they think of barbecues and sales and things like that. And so IAVA, we always want to remind people that Memorial Day is about remembering those who have fallen in the line of duty. This is a long tradition of remembering not only the service members who gave their lives, but the family members that continue to survive on, and we want to make sure that their memories are kept alive. And so what we try and do is raise awareness about the fact that there is a national moment of remembrance on Monday, 3 p.m. local time, and so we call the campaign Go Silent. So we ask for everyone to take a minute at 3 p.m. local time and go silent. Think about a service member maybe in your family, maybe a service member that is close to you, or just those service members in general that have given their lives over the years of our countries.
Right, and even if that means, as you mentioned, barbecues, people are out celebrating the holiday, but if they just take that pause at 3 p.m., that's what you're asking. And so what about this pledge that you're asking people to make? Is there a specific pledge? Is it remembering their own relatives or any veterans?
It's really any veterans. The idea is to take a pledge to honor those who have given their lives, to remember the true meaning of Memorial Day, as you mentioned. So to take a minute, the pledge really is to take that moment to remember what this really is all about. And it can be remembering someone that you know, but it could be remembering just in general those who have given their lives.
Now, you yourself, you're a Navy veteran. Do veterans feel that the true meaning of Memorial Day has gotten lost over the years, that we need to get back to that?
Yeah, I think that's a big part of it. I think for a lot of veterans, there's fewer and fewer that are serving in uniform today. The percentage of our population who are veterans, who are active duty service members, is continuing to decline. And so it is harder to make that connection with the general public about the service and the sacrifice that our service members are making. And so absolutely. So I think this is one of those few times in the year when we really ask people to focus on what our service members are doing.
And focus on what they're doing. Is there a correct way to observe? Is there something that we should really be doing to acknowledge?
I think just acknowledging the bigger picture of what it means to serve in uniform. That there is, it's Fleet Week here in New York City, and so you're going to see a lot of service members walking around. And what you need to remember is that all these folks, they're here today enjoying the city, enjoying the sights and sounds, but, a week, a month from now, they could be on deployment in a combat zone. The Pentagon is talking to the White House about, another 10,000 troops going to the Middle East. Those service members that are here to enjoy Fleet Week could be those service members that are sent down range here very soon.
Right. So maybe even if we're walking down the street, just thanking people, thanking those soldiers or those sailors here for Fleet Week as well. Now, your organization is IAVA. What is their mission? Can you tell us more about that?
Absolutely. So, put very simply, it's to connect, unite, and empower post-9/11 veterans. We were created shortly after the start of the Iraq War, really to highlight the issues that service members who are serving in these post-9/11 conflicts were dealing with, not only when they were on deployment, but when they came home from deployment. So it was things like GI Bill, it was things like inadequate care at the VA to take care of the health problems that they were returning from combat with. And so we continue today with that mission to not only make sure that we are taking care of our veterans when they come home, but that we're here in the long term to make sure that there's the care, there's the policies, and that there's the understanding of what they went through, and that when you send someone downrange to fight in these conflicts, you have to plan for the long-term care of them when they come home, because they've earned that and they deserve to make sure that they and their families know that they're going to be taken care of.
Well, even though my grandfather was in the Canadian Air Force, I always make sure to call him, because every opportunity to say thank you to our veterans, and there's also our young veterans as well.
Absolutely.
And it's remembering to thank them. Well, thank you so much. So just to recap, so it's 3 o'clock on Monday that we should be taking this Go Silent observation. And are there any social media details, any hashtags people should be posting?
No, thank you. Yeah, so you can go to iava.org. You'll get a pop-up with all the information about Go Silent. You can register. You can get all the links. You can tweet about it. You go and search Go Silent on Twitter, and please, post and share awareness of it and help us raise awareness about what Memorial Day really is.
Post and share, and just make sure that we say thank you to our veterans.
Exactly.
And thank you, Jeremy, for your service, and also to all of those other veterans. And thanks for joining us.